Hey, what's up, people of Zion? Hey, I'm just dropping by real quick and I wanted to share a little nugget with you. Basically, one of the questions I always hear when people ask about God, they ask, did God create evil? Well, let me tell you this story. All right, it was this professor and he was teaching a class. And he told his class, he said, today I'll prove to you that God exists. Then I'll also prove that he is evil. Now he began to proceed to teach the class, and he said, did God create everything that exists? And the children looked, they looked, like shaking their head, yeah, you know. And then the professor said, then if God created everything, then God created evil, which means God is evil. Well, a young man, he raised his hand. The professor seen him. He called on the young man. The young man stood, and he began to ask a question to the professor. He said, does code exist? Professor looks at the young man and he said, what kind of question is that? Of course code exists. The young man began to speak again. He said, in fact, professor, code does not exist. According to the law of physics, what we consider code is in reality the absence of heat. Professor, does darkness exist? The young man began to ask another question. And then the professor says, of course it does. The young man says, you're wrong again, sir. Darkness does not exist either. Darkness in reality is the absence of light. Light we can study, but not darkness. Evil does not exist. It is just like darkness and cold. God did not create evil. Evil is the result of what happens when man does not have God love present in his heart. And who was this young man? Albert Einstein. Yes, that's just a little nugget I wanted to drop on you. So when someone does ask that question to you, you'll be able to answer and let them know that God does exist and God is not evil because God did not create evil. What is evil is the absence of love in man's heart. Thank you for your time. Let's continue to raise up the name of Jesus and blessings, everyone.